Good evening. I'm Edie. I'm a psychic medium, and I'll be doing a reading tonight on a segment called The Divining Hour. It's a late night, and I want to say happy Thanksgiving to all those who are celebrating it here in Canada. Hope you've had a good day, and maybe another tomorrow if you're lucky. And this evening's Twilight show is going to be discussing karmic retrieval, soul retrieval within karmic patterns. And I'm going to be using the tarot to divine pieces of the soul that need to be recovered in order for unknown past patterns upon the soulmate journey. So I'm going to go into a few past life karmic situations that may be affecting you in your life right now that are unknown. So there's lots of things that people have been doing and involved in past lives that they karmically bring forth in their DNA. And we're going to try to work tonight a little bit on restoring some of those issues. Possibly later with some of this information you can have a meditation and explore some of those past life connections yourself with some of the information that you've been given tonight. So on this full moon, it's kind of a really special evening. We're going to go into the readings, and we're going to get right into the readings for Aries, and we'll go through the zodiac signs individually first, right on through to Pisces. And then we're going to have a collective reading and do all the signs together for further guidance from the love angels. So let's get a little bit into the energy of Aries. Let's go into the past lives of Aries. So the first two cards that we have out for the energy of Aries is the Blade and Council. I'm going to turn this music down a little bit. I hope it's not overshadowing my voice here. I really was feeling the energy come in of the angelic energies as I was shuffling there for you. I was feeling a real cutting off and solving of karmic patterns, but I feel this is angelically guided. With the energy of the councils, I feel like there's 12 councils that one of them you may be possibly working with is in the energy of soulmate, and cutting off old energies is what I'm sensing. Now, I want to go into the using the Akashic Records. This deck that I'm using is the Shamanic Oracle deck. So I wanted to tap into shamanically what is happening on the earth, and those are the two cards that came out, the Council and the Blade. So they're working closely with the councils, and I do feel the soulmate councils, the energy of love. So you have recognized where things are completed and where things need to move on. I don't feel, Aries, that there's a lot of conflict with past energies. You've come to a soul, and I feel like you've cut off all the nonsense and you've moved past that energy is what I'm sensing. I'm seeing a lot of light. When I look at this blade, there's a lot of light in that blade. So I do feel there's a lot of old patterns that you're working through. And lately you may have been going, what's going on in my life? Why can't I figure this out? But I feel like the things have been brought forth that needed to clean out before the soulmate energy comes in. And it's divinely guided for that to happen. You may even be having some dreams, I'm sensing, on the astral plane. Let's just go a little further. I'm going to pull, I got the Akashic Record cards here, and I want to pull that out for you of what is going on. The King of Forces. So you may be dealing with someone right now who you sense that you've had past life connection with, and in fact they may be coming around. You may have had some distance between the two of you for a little while, and they may be coming around again for a second opportunity. Only I feel this opportunity is the last time you're going to be presented by this person, this soulmate. And it is up to you to decide whether you want to proceed with that. I do feel that you have cut everything off in the past, Aries, so that you can delve into what is happening now. And this is a past life connection. And I'm also sensing, I was sensing to use animal cards, and I'm really noticing the animals in this particular depth here, in this particular card. And the wolf, very protective about home energy. And I'm seeing the caribou here as well. So I'm sensing like possibly native connection. Maybe you live on near native land. So this is very karmic. You may be even asking yourself, should I move? Should I not move? What's going on? Why am I here? Why am I living where I'm living? And it was so that you can clear out all of this energy and have independence from the, I feel, codependent energies of the past. And look at, I'm sensing here, you were the muse. I'm going to say you were the muse to the relationships in the past. And you're no longer willing to give this past energy of the past relationships a whole lot of even thoughts, let alone energy. And so I'm sensing moving forward here, you're going to be the muse for your relationship again. But the lesson is here, the counsel is to make sure it's not codependent. And so anytime you feel that sense of codependency, where you feel fear of independence, this is a time where you're going to be like, no, 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 my independence is valuable, and that's not going to be taken from me. That's the lesson I feel. That's the lesson from the karmic pasts here, Aries. It's quite this is very protected for you at this time. So it's the time to move forth for sure, Aries, on that. I'm going to pull out for Aries a map. I'm going to see the map now of what's happening in your life. I'm going to see how it's weaving together. Okay, this is a card here. A moonlight. Well, you know, darlings, I can't get any more, you know, I would say paying attention to this full moon cycle is apparent, and it's coming out in the divine counsel. So this is angelically guided at this time for it to come out. So if you feel that things, like, you may be asking yourself, why did this have to happen, that there was separation? Why did this have to happen, that I've been alone and have all this alone time? And I'm really sensing for singles here, but people who want the relationship. So this is more guidance for that. If you're feeling alone in your relationship and you're together, this may be counsel for you as well. But, you know, I'm sort of sensing both here. But take it as it resonates, because this is a general reading. Hello, how are you? Welcome to the reading this evening. I hope you enjoy some and get some information that's helpful for you. And hello to everybody else. I may not always see all your messages because they pop up on my screen and then they disappear as I'm going live. So if I don't see, please repeat. If you guys have a question and it's your sign or something of that nature, and I see the message, I will incorporate it into the reading as best I can. Okay? So further, there's the card there. Rock bottom. So, like I said, I honestly was sensing that this is the time where you are saying to yourself, Aries, look, I am not accepting this energy anymore, of this past energy that I've experienced in all these relationships. Even though there were sparkly little diamonds and gems I have, I want the real thing now. I want to go progress into from soulmate. I feel like you've gone through a few karmic soulmate patterns. So what I'm sensing there is that the soulmate pattern is the person that's come to you. Sorry if this is a little confusing. I'm getting a lot of messages here for Aries, so I'm trying to decipher it all. So to sort of have the general idea for everybody. I'm just going to slow everything down a little bit because I was in a lot of information. Very, very, I feel like the energy of Aries is really wanting this information to heal this right now. So if you are going through that, I do feel this moon cycle right now is hitting the energy of it cannot go any lower in your love life situation than what it is. It's only going to get better at this time. And this King of Forces is coming forward. Whether whether you're male or female, this force, this masculine force is coming forward. So your partner, who you're interested in, is now coming with that energy, the spark to connect with you and connecting with past life energies. They want that. They want that encouragement in your life. And talk about encouragement. Aries is hugely movement energy forward to project helping other people and directing them in the correct manner and gathering the correct information at the correct time to move that forward. And so your partner is going to bring that out in you, Aries, and you're going to also be that person's muse. You're going to be that energy that moves them forward, and it's a reciprocal energy. I'm sort of seeing a real balance when I look at this. As above, so below. Once you get down to the lowest point, the only energy you can go from there on the pendulum swing is back up to this energy, so of the heavens. So that's going to balance all out here in Aries. I'm seeing this full moon is pivotal for you. You may have some decisions to make about, I'm seeing some choices around you as far as soulmates are concerned. So you're going to really look closely at what is codependent and what is not, and you are going to see the past life connection, or feel like, I've been through this before, I'm not willing to have that in my life. And you're cutting that energy out. You're only going to be the muse, only going to be the energy and the support for the person who comes to you with the correct energy. And they're coming to you as a king, not a knight, not a page, not a queen, not any of those things, none of those energies. You're coming as the king. That's the energy only going up from that rock bottom energy. So you can't go any more cycles of what you've been through here, Aries. That's what I'm sensing strongly. So if you're worried about this happening again, please stop worrying about that, because it's not going to happen again. You're not bringing those cycles forward. You have definitely learned your lessons. And I'm going to say something here. I feel like the angelic energies are guiding you. I'm going to just pull out a romance angel card, but I'm going to talk as I'm saying it, as a card comes out, because I'm sensing here, Aries, that, all the cards want to fall out. The angelic energies of the romance angels have got your back through this. They're going to help you make the correct decision. If you feel you can't make the correct decision in this, they got your back. I'm telling you, I'm sensing that strongly there, Aries. So for Aries, what do the romance angels have to say for you? Attraction. So you are going to feel the correct attraction. You're going to feel that fire for that other person, and that's what I'm sensing. You're going to really know, you're going to be attracted to that person that is offering you that correct energy, Aries. That's lovely. So you have some good past life connections going on. So I'm going to pull out some energies here now for Taurus, for past life connections. The Ghost Dance. When I was shuffling and meditating on the cards before, I was clearing the cards, excuse me. I have a little tickle in my throat, so I'm going to be drinking some tea throughout this evening. I was sensing, when I was shuffling these cards and preparing, the Ghost Dance came out. It popped out before, and it came out 3 times when I was shuffling, not just once, 3 times. So this is important for you to pay attention to, Taurus, about the past life energies. You may be sensing here, Taurus, past life energies. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to just take the 3. I was only going to take 2, but I'm going to take the 3 here. I have the Ghost Dance, the Sweat Lodge, and the Ancient Ones. So that's how they came out. So within all of this energy here, I'm sensing you may be having visions here, Taurus. You may be in between the veil time. So I'm sensing that in the shadow period here before the 31st of the shadow of the Mercury retrograde, you may be doing some healing ceremonies. A sweat lodge is also very important for you. This is where the ancient ones are going to connect in with you, and they're going to have the visions. They're going to show you exactly where it is. I'm sensing very much paying attention to birds when you're out in nature, very important, and they're also bringing you messages. So let's go a little deeper into the Akashic zone and find out what past life connections are affecting your life right now, that you are Ark of the Covenant. Wow, look at these cards, have all kinds of information in them, and for them to be coming out in this order is pretty incredible. So you may be having past life connections, understanding that you've made commitments when the energy of, I'm sensing in the energy of Moses, when the Ark of the Covenant was being created, you have had a piece of that Archangel Gabriel. Oh my gosh. So with these two energies, you're going to be having visions, Taurus, of past life, feeling connected, of you protection, and I feel like I feel like you may have past life connection with the soulmate that you were working with within this time. For the first time it was that you incarnated on the earth, it was through when the Ark of the Covenant was being formed. And Archangel Gabriel has a hand in guiding your energies right now. So Archangel Gabriel is working with the angels of life and death. So you're going through cycles of life and death right now, and these are ancient written contracts that you have had with past lives. And also I'm sensing ancestral energy very strongly come in and supporting you at this time, Taurus. I'm going to take my time with this reading because it's pretty deep subject, and I may go over the hour. So if you guys are uncomfortable with that, know that this is going to be obviously online and recorded and up later, so you can watch it later too, and I'll timestamp it. But I'm really going to take my time with this because I'm sensing some serious energy here of some death cycles. Some maybe some of you are looking at losing some family members. I'm sensing older family members. As a medium, I'm really feeling the ancient ones, that your ancestral energies, and this is not just your ancestors from new that have just passed, but I'm talking very ancient ancestors that have recycled, incarnated, and have come here at this time to guide over your soulmate connection at this time. This is the time where you are letting go and seeing where the connections are in each of your relationships. And I'm sensing here that Taurus, some of you have had many relationships, some of you have only had one relationship. This is very interesting. So there may be some older people listening to this that are looking at their life and going, I see how this is connected in and why. You're going to see synchronicities within that, and you may want to watch the synchronicity video that was done this morning, Taurus, and pay attention to that. That's another information that I'm getting here. But also, I want to go a little deeper into, I have 3 cards there, so I'm going to pull out another one here because I'm not getting, I want to see the death cycle and wow, this is, I'm going to pull it because I'm not sure how it fits in here yet, but the Architect has come out here on the Akashic Records. So in your history, you have had some, okay, I'm sort of sensing the past life of the Egyptian energy. You may have been building, I'm sensing energies of tombstones. So even before the Ark of the Covenant, this is going back deeper, guys. This is going back, this is a cycle. So some of you people have Lemurian and Atlantean connections here, Taurus. So I'm getting chills when I'm thinking about this because I'm really sensing this Taurus energy come in, that you're here to bring a spiritual essence to your soulmate energy. and the ancient ones are guiding you through this. And you must, I'm sensing, if you have access to Sweat Lodge near your native land, this is a very good idea for you to join an official, like, you know, native in your area, not go to a different country and explore that. I'm sort of seeing shamanic energy, but in your native land where you live, a Sweat Lodge would be very beneficial for you. There will be, you know, the energy of the ghost dance is like, I'm sensing past lives as native. I'm sensing past life as you know, working with the Ark of the Covenant, and then the Egyptian energy and building the pyramids. You were a piece. I'm not saying you were like a big, you know, whatever, but I'm sensing that you were on a building team with the building the pyramids, like the major pyramids that are still in existence today. They are connection. You may have dreams about this. They're a connection with what you're building now. And I am sensing it is with the energy of the soulmate, with the energy of love. So you may have been building a tomb, or a space in the tomb is what I'm picking up, Taurus, that is, I'm seeing like hieroglyphics in gold, and working with the energies of love and bringing that in for, I'm sensing a higher level being, like a pharaoh or something like that. But you were doing some type of artwork, very artistic. So if you are working with anything artistic, you may be pulling in energies from that. And as you do that work, I'm sensing you may have memories of past life. Like, it's easy for you, like you've done this before, whether it's music, drawing, I'm seeing tattoo artists, I'm seeing all forms of art, poetry, like all kinds of things coming in here. And I don't want to get into that because it's vast. And you've had cycles from this life, learning that skill and brought it down. And you've been on a soulmate journey for a very long time. I feel like you were twin souls at the beginning, and you separated. And then you came around and you went through the arc. This is the death and rebirth cycle. And the energy is coming around. The Ark of the Covenant was the next process. And in those life lessons, I feel like there's balance of spirituality and balance of the arts. So that's coming to form now in this life. And in the soulmate energy, you're like, where's my soulmate? Like, I don't see it. Where are you? It's like you're searching for this twin soul. I don't see it. I'm trying to see into these past lives. And I'm trying to see, but right now, the ancient ones are trying to access your energy and help you through sweat lodges, through doing healing ceremonies. And this Archangel, Archangel Gabriel is coming forward to you to bring all that energy out. And I'm sensing through creative endeavors, for the most part, you may find that energy. You may be like remembering past life. Like, I've done this. I feel like you may have visions of it. I'm sensing at this time through this full moon energy. I'm going to get out a map here now of how you can apply it. Solitude. So with your artistic endeavors, solitude is extremely important right now in this full moon cycle. Woo, that was pretty intense there coming out. And they were showing me a native coming to life. So in your solitude is where you're going to come to life, and you're going to bring, I feel like even dancing may help you, like a move, like if you're feeling stagnant, if you're like, if you're sitting there doing something really intricate and tiny and meticulous, sometimes when you're creating, things can be meticulous or repetitive. Get up and dance. I'm seeing like you need to move your physical body. If you move your physical body, even any kind of physical practice like Tai Chi or Chido or I'm sensing like yoga also there, Taurus. So let's get a little bit of guidance more. You know, it's hard to go into exactly what those lives were within each of those within this general reading for a Taurus, but you know, you can always book a personal reading to get more information about that. You know, specifically. But in general, I'm seeing the group here has worked as architects, and it was very visual very, like, you may have had lots of incarnations in the Atlantean time and a few in through the Lemurian age, but it's not as the Lemurian age is not as remembering. It doesn't recall to your memory. You maybe have remembrances more of that Lemurian energy coming out now. You know, as we go into this Aquarian age, I don't know how familiar you guys are with that, but as we birth into this new cycle of life that we're working with, we're going to have lots of sparks of mind come down, and as these energies open up to us, and they are going to help us remember specifically. And if you do meditate and connect in with your spirit, I'm sensing strongly here, Taurus, that you will put yourself in the presence, because once you have that death cycle and remember all those things and work in that solitude through that creativity and movement, I feel dance is important, or any kind of physical activity, but as well as those other things that you're doing creatively, you're going to meet someone, and I am sensing honeymoon. So you're going to have a lot of joy in your life in the next little while. Connections are going to come in. Soulmate energy, the birth cycle after the death is the birth cycle, is going to come in, and you're being presented with true love in this, and honeymoon. So I'm not seeing, you know, a lot of you will get married, maybe a few of you will, but I'm sensing that, you know, you're going to be going away on trips, joyous, like little intervals, like weekend away, that kind of thing. And so there's a lot of joy time coming for you with the romance angels. Look at that, true love. I was sensing true love before. I was going to say true love, but maybe I did say it, I don't know, but that definitely came out for you there. So I hope that was helpful for you, Taurus. We're going to move now into the energy of Gemini. So as I say Gemini, my guides are explaining to me that Geminis at this particular time seem to be going through cycles, karmic cycles of personal, more of the personal kind. You may be looking more inward rather than towards the soulmate, or looking for soulmate. You're looking for soulmate, but the connection of the soulmate, I feel like you have a lot of options here, Aries. Sorry, not Aries. Gemini. Maybe one of your options is an Aries. I don't know, but I am sensing here, Gemini, that or listen to the Aries reading as well, because that may have significance for you. But I'm sensing more of an independent growth, like of your self-worth. So the soulmate that you're attracting is going to recognize your soul worth. The pieces of the soul that need to be healed in this energy. The Sun, you have, and you have the Witness. So with the Sun and the Witness, right now is a time with this full moon cycle that you're going to be able to have the wishes that you want. So you're going to be able to pull in the soulmate that you want. Like I said, I felt like you had some choices here. And these are all energies, karmic past life connections that you've pulled forth. So these people that have come forward to you have pieces of your soul. I'm sensing there's one particular person in your life, Gemini, that has seen this cycle, and they're trying to help you through it. They're of spiritual nature, they're a guide, and your guides may be working with you on the karmic level, bringing forth to you this information, and they're giving you messages through your thoughts. They're telling you, this is why this is happening. That person was there for you when this happened. That person was there for you when this happened. That same person was there for you when this happened. They're seeing things correctly. Now is the time to move forward with the energy of soulmate, with the Sun, and they are going to, so as these karmic energies, you're asking yourself, why aren't my relationships working? The witnesses, that spiritual witnesses around you watching you go through the patterns. And I haven't discussed Scorpio yet, no, but I will be getting there. I'm only on Gemini right now, and I'm going through all the signs starting with Aries to Pisces. So if you want to hang out and watch, you can watch later. The witness here Gemini, is seeing you. I'm seeing angelic witnesses, and I'm seeing earth plane, like actual human beings that are in your life. And I feel like family for the most part here, Gemini. One person in your family or one spiritual person that you're very connected with, they're watching you go through your cycles, and they feel now is the time for you to make proper decisions, and you have the opportunity to do so, and they're going to help you. They're going to be there. They're going to watch you. They're not going to tell you what to do. They're just going to watch and support you from the background. That's what I'm sensing with all of your energies. You now are in a position, I'm seeing that the karmic people that you were with, so all the relationships that you've had, they have a piece of your soul. I feel like they have taken something from you in a past life. In this life, they're going to continue to pull on you, and as they do, I'm seeing that you're cutting that energy off. You're recognizing it in this life. In past lives, you've had many cycles where they kept pulling from you. And now you've been presented with the same thing, and you're recognizing it. And you're saying, nope, that's not my soulmate. That's not my soulmate. I don't see it. You're not my soulmate. I love you, but you know what? I don't see you as my soulmate. After a while, the energy comes clear. The fog lifts from all of that energy that you have seen, that you thought was true love. You're experiencing on this full moon, recognizing true love. You're seeing one particular person that has been there for you and supported you. And you're going to appreciate that. The Queen of Roses. So as I was saying, there's a spiritual person, one particular person. I'm feeling strongly here that this is representative of that coming out underneath the witnesses. So this, I feel like it's a woman spiritually supporting you, and also the feminine energy, the angels of the romance angels, the feminine energy is coming down here, Gemini, and supporting you from the angelic realm as well. They're watching you make your decisions. I feel, this is maybe a little heavy, but I feel, I'm going to just speak it. I feel like you have a chance to have everything you want if you make the correct decision. There is someone in your life that's presenting love to you through your choices. I feel like you have many that is saying to you, this is for real. I will give you the world if you make yourself vulnerable and love me. Community, the energy of community. So you're looking more about what it is, how I'm affecting things, how my relationship is affecting community as a whole. So Gemini, this is very interesting because with what's coming up, we're in the pre-shadow period of Mercury retrograde, and I'm sensing here paths unknown. So I feel like there's a fear here, a little sense of fear, but it's also a sense of anticipation. And with this sense of anticipation, this opportunity that's being presented to you, it may feel like and look like past relationships in this life that have not worked out, but they're saying there's one. I'm going to pull out further cards on the path. There's one person in your life that you're dating that has this connection. Goblins. Oh. So as I say that, goblins. So there may be energies that look like you, that don't look, that there may be some imperfections that you don't like, that you've seen in your past relationship. You're like, I don't like that. This is the same as what I've been through. I don't want that. So let's go a little further on that and see. You may have to, maybe some of the people that you're working with, I feel like the ones with more options, some of them are like that they have those goblins around them. Field of dreams. This is very intense. So you could be sensing through dreams, through the dream time, You're having dreams about the person in a negative light who is not for you. You're being watched right now by the angelic energies, and I do feel you're being weighed and they want to give you a gift when you make the correct decision. That's what these angelic energies are telling me. So you, in order to retrieve the soul pieces, you have to go down the unknown path. So the person who you have not put the energy into, within those options, the one that you're having dreams about and have the negative feelings about, the negative thoughts or daydreams about, like even dreams can be daydreams, so thoughts, like deep meditative thought. When they come present and you have that icky feeling, pay attention to it. The thing that you don't know is that you're being watched, and the angelic energies want to give you a gift. I'm going to go a little deeper with the romance angels because they're sort of hiding here what the actual soul piece is that you have to work with. I'm feeling like community is very important. You may in a past life, I'm sort of picking up a past life of sort of eloquence and but really caring about the people in your community. You may have had energies within, and they're just telling me express your love. So when I see this, I'm feeling like when you express your love to the different individuals that you possibly could be working with, by their response, how they respond to that, they're going to respond either this goblinish energy, or they're going to come to you with a wish. They're going to come to you with, I have this to offer you. I have that to offer you. Come with me. You don't know what it's like, but I have this to offer you. That's what I'm sensing. And so this person in a past life may have worked with you on a spiritual level, and you're going to sense that. And also the witness that is around is encouraging you to go towards this person who is offering you the true love that you can express. You're going to be able to express your true love. So when you express it, that person's going to be receptive. The other people, these goblins, and the ones that you're daydreaming about or wishing for or wanting or thinking that you want that, those are the ones that are going to lead you down a bad path. The one that is offering you, say, listen, come with me. This is what I have to offer you. This is what you don't need to stay stuck here. You know, they're going to help you on that leg up to get out of those conditions, those stuck feelings of where you're in right now. I want to pull one more romance angel for Gemini, because I'm feeling like a lot of people in your life romantically here, like a lot of romantic choices, but you're not satisfied. I'm feeling like this is not something that you want love, but it's like people who are there are not wanting, they're not really wanting that soulmate connection where you do. So those people are pulling pieces of your soul, and in order for you to get past that, to pull your energy collectively to get this gift of true love, and of expressing your love and getting to know each other. So we have two cards here: getting to know each other, expressing and expressing your love. So you have to have that communication, and that's what's going to bring you together. And you're going to recognize that. And there's where, when that person offers you that wish, that's when you're going to know. When that person offers you to help you out of your situation of where you feel stuck, that's the energy that I'm sensing to go down those unknown paths. That's where you're going to find the pieces of your soul that have been missing since the beginning of your contract. You do have someone watching you to see whether you're going to fulfill your contract right now. I'm sensing a weighing, like they're going to weigh you on whether you get this coming in gift. And I'm not sure. I feel like the gift is one of like independence. It's an unknown source as well. It's an unknown energy, so I don't want to say too much, but I'm sort of sensing that the gift is more where the peace in your heart is allowing forgiveness. So that's sort of what I'm sensing within that whole energy of Gemini. I'm sorry it's a little choppy, but you know, maybe there's not a lot of Geminis watching this, but it feels like the energy is choppy as it's coming in. Like there's like, I don't know, it's like if you're watching a movie and then all of a sudden it goes to, you know, white noise screen, you know, and then it flashes back and forth. That's sort of what I'm seeing here as the energy came in. It was very odd. Anyhow, so Cancer, I'm going to move your energy into Cancer. And maybe because the unknown factor, that unknown card came up, so maybe you're not supposed to know what you're going to get, but you get the goodies, because that Sun card is a wish. You're going to get all the goodies. So try to make the correct decision about, you know, watching how negatively your life is affected. Don't just go for the first little bit, the glamour of everything, okay? Don't just go for, I feel like the good-looking person, or the, you know, I don't feel like Geminis do that in essence, but you know what I'm talking about, right? The one that you think you have to really sit some time and have conversation with that person, Gemini. So we're going to go now into Cancer. So we have the lower worlds. Some soulmate retrieval energy. Where is it? Soulmate retrieval past life connection that you're working with. Flow. The lower worlds and flows. So you're connecting in here with the lower chakras, within the lower worlds. So that means that the energies that you're working with that affect nature, and how they are moving through to sort of I'm sort of seeing a purification within the energy of the Taurus. So if you're out in nature a lot, that's very helpful for you right now. Here, Cancer. I'm also seeing that's going to help your financial situation. I am seeing that maybe finances have been an issue in your past life. You may have lost a lot of finances within relationships. This is what I'm sensing, and you're thinking, I don't want to go through this again. So some of you may be contemplating divorces and working through those lower world energies of manifestation. And so when I say lower world, it's you know, mainly working with the tangible as energies of manifestation. So definitely working through money. Some of you may be having that challenge of maybe going through divorce. Should I, shouldn't I? Maybe floating in that. So this is a karmic cycle that is robbing you of your energy. So I am advising to go follow through with things, and the flow of your finances will open up, which I'm seeing amazingly open up soon as you cut this old stagnant energy off. I'm also seeing some of you who are like, have a couple of like unfinished relationships going on. So we have Hilarion, and we have the Queen of Forces. So I'm sensing, Cancer, that there is a great psychic force coming in at this time. And you are remembering, you could possibly even, I'm feeling like, I'm sorry, your guides are just coming in. Your ancestors, I feel like your ancestors are working with your psychic ability to open up the energy of the precise moment of when you know you have to move forward with this separation. Okay, I'm just going to pull out further energies. I'm picking up a few different scenarios here. There are more individual personal scenarios, Cancer. So this is as it's a general read, it may not be applicable to everybody. So I'm going to pull out energy that's applicable for everybody, and let's go a little deeper. Intention and strength. So I feel here, Cancer, as soon as it's fairly straightforward, that the cutting off of old energies, loose ends, things that are left undone. Now is the time here to use the forces of the world. So the Queen of the Forces is bringing in the psychic energy and using the forces from beyond, as above, so below. I feel like this energy from the old needs to be cut and severed. And your intention is what's going to bring you strength. So this person from past life energies has been through time pulling on your energy, and they're continuing to do it in this life. And until you stand up to that and cut this off. So what's coming here clear to me through this energy here, Cancer, is energies of past life, sort of black magics. And I want to touch on this because I'm going to say anybody who has an intention of, you know, controlling you or putting their will over you, which what many relationships happen to get into, this power struggle. And so these are old energies coming in from past lives, usually mainly from the Atlantean energies and the Atlantean wars. There was a lot of sex magic, there was and the abuse and power of that. There's the correct use of it, and then there's the abuse of it. So obviously we see through our world many abuses of it. And I'm feeling like this is touching you here, Cancer. I'm not exactly sure how or why. Maybe you work with a support. I feel like maybe some of you are like on a hotline or something like that. You're a support worker, or you're helping in the community with things of this nature. And so I'm sensing that your ancestors are guiding you through this so that you hook on to knowing that when you're severing something from the past, it's going to allow that flow of what you want to come in through your intentions. It's going to allow your intentions to have strength behind it and grow into manifestation. So it doesn't even matter what you want, whether it's the soulmate, whether it's money, when you're in the flow of whatever it is, you're in the flow and you're going to manifest it. But what's pulling on your energy that you need to gather back into your soul and meditate upon is first of all, in the physical, you have to sever those ties completely, tie it up. You know, if you're not divorced and you've been, you know, divorced, separated for a long time, get the divorce. That divorce is the energy that is going to help you get into that flow, even though you think it's going to cost you money. And so that past life connection, or whether it's not a marriage, but whether it could be whatever, committed relationship. So let's just touch on those things. It could even have to do with children, all sorts of things I'm sensing in to do with family and contracts with money. And your money here, I'm feeling like your family money, your ancestors are guarding your family money, because here's the thing, when you have a contract to have so much money in your life, it's going to come and that usually reflects in the soulmate energy. So that's the masculine force of it. So you know, we will be going into that cycle right now of flow. And if you cut those old energies off, your strength and your intentions will come to form. I'm definitely sensing that. I want to pull out the romance angels here. Ooh. You deserve love. So being stuck in that old fear, it needs to be cut off. That's what's draining your energy and stopping you from moving forward into the soulmate energy, into the future. That's what I'm getting there for you, Cancer. So we're going to go into the energy of Leo now. I'm going to have to figure out a way to go through this faster. Maybe do sign by sign or something, because I'm going way over an hour. Okay. Okay, Leo, what are the fragments of your soul that you need to work with bringing in and retrieving so that you can move forward in soulmate energy? So we have the drum, We have a luminous warrior, and we have the beloved. So, Leo, I'm sensing now is your time for soulmate coming in, and I am sensing that you have been through a few battles together. I'm feeling very much like African tribal work with this, and I'm seeing I'm hearing the drums, and I'm feeling the drums, and I'm seeing like drummers. I'm feeling like warrior energy, and I'm feeling like masculine and feminine energy. So you may have been couples in a past life in Africa, and you have fought. That was the first cycle where you committed to being soulmate energies in this life, and you have fought the good fight in spiritual warfare from the Atlantean time. So you are of Atlantean soul, I feel, who are listening to this, and you are definitely, the two of you are working towards twin soul energy. So going through the energies of divine union, soulmate, then divine union, and then into twin soul energy. So I feel like you have found the person that you are. If you haven't found them, they're coming in very soon here, Leo. I'm telling you, like, I feel most of you are, like, you already have been seeing the person for a little while. I'm shuffling away and 2 cards popped up. I'm not really sure why I did that, but. Clearing the way. So there is ancestral help. I feel like beyond your ancestors from beyond have moved energies away. I am definitely sensing many different interracial lifetimes. You've lived as many different races, so you may have cycled in through being different, you know, one culture, one lifetime, another culture, another lifetime. So you may be dealing with mixed cultures within your relationship that's prominently coming out here. So you're guided with this, though. Things have been cleared out of your path right now. I'm going to go and see the map here, what you're dealing with. I'm going to tell you, this union is divinely guided. There's no two ways about it. I'm sensing strongly that this is divinely guided and blessed. And I feel like it's easy for you to find each other, fairly easy for you to find each other. It wasn't too much of a problem. That was energy from the past. Okay. I'm going to pull in sort of where you need to work with right now in this lifetime with this past energy to bring in those fragments of your soul. Moonlight, huh? Go outside if you have a chance. You know, bathe in that moonlight. So this is, I feel, the connection in with this past life Atlantean energy. The moon is the reflection. So the moon is a remembrance of the Atlantean times. It wasn't in the sky before the destruction of Atlantis. So it came up into form when Atlantis was destroyed as a remembrance of not to be greedy. That's as simple as it is, that world was destroyed because of greed. So we're going beyond that now into the Aquarian age and a wizard of awareness. Are you kidding me? Moonlight and wizard of awareness. So the Atlantean times, you must have worked very much with witchcraft, with, I feel, like, not in a negative way. This feels to me as a positive way. I feel like there's been like high priest energy, high priestess energy, couples working as high priestesses back in the Atlantean times. I feel some Egyptian energy come in, and you may have connection in with fairies. I'm seeing you may see them, you may feel them, you may sense them, not really know what they are even, but that's what it is. And I am feeling that this came in for you many years ago on Atlantis. And so the divine, I feel like the divine union, you made a contract to have divine union at this particular time with the person that you're with or wanting to be with, which will be a success. It is coming to you. It's divinely guided. I feel like a marriage, like it will grow to marriage. Like not just living together, it will grow to an actual marriage. And this marriage will bring awakenings. I also feel this, you worked with magic in the past. So I wouldn't be surprised if you work with it now. And I will say, reading the correct information is important. I don't know why I'm getting that caution there for you, but I am reading the correct information to make sure it's of the light. You may have dabbled in past lives with black magics that have affected. I feel like maybe a couple of cycles where you've learned, no, that's not the way to do it. And then you stayed true to the light and became a luminous warrior. And all through life cycles, that's what I'm seeing. And in this time now is this person that you're with, I'm sensing the person that you're with here, Leo, they've taken some pieces of your soul and you've done to them the same thing in past lives, but now the unity time is together. And you're going to know by the chemistry that you have. This is the romance angels coming in. You're going to feel that chemistry that you had in the past. You may have used your powers against each other in past life, and you've learned this time around you don't do that. This is the time where you come into balance, and I'm sensing very, very much the beloved angels are there, and your ancestors are there guiding over this relationship and seeing the work that you've done in the past and honoring it. And you may notice drums around as well that are bringing in that feeling. So even very earthy music around you will bring in that magical energy of tying the souls together and healing those defragments from what you've done to each other in past lives. I feel like the sexual energy between the two of you is very healing. And when you do that, I feel like embracing and spending time afterwards in that intimacy is really healing and going to bring in pieces of your soul that you guys have. I feel like every time you guys make love, those pieces of your soul get reunited and healed, and another piece of another life of where you were bad to each other comes in and heals and fills your soul with warmth and goodness and forgiveness and all those things where those scars are within your soul energy, because I'm seeing some scars in your energy field that have been healing, that you're working on healing for sure. And you're doing it, and you're mastering it, and that's a really good thing, because as we go into these next cycles, these lives that we're going to be living and cycling into are birthing something we've never birthed before. We don't even really have a concept of what it's like to use our minds to the degree that we can actually use them. Right now, we're only using, most people on the planet use about 3% of their mind, and that's actually being kind of generous. If someone's using 5% of their mind, that's very generous. Very generous. Seriously. So imagine all that gray matter. That's the etheric energies that bring us together with the heavens. So we have to connect into that spirit, and that is done by giving through meditation and giving it an intention. And when we do those things, what comes to light, in those energies is the healing paths, and we can see where we can move or pivot around energies or nurture an energy until it's healed, to move past into where you want, into this Aquarian age, which is, we don't even know. We don't know. I mean, if you talk about, they say that the Aquarian age is very much like the Atlantean age continued in the good. Think about all the things that they had in that Atlantean age that were good. There was a lot of destructiveness. We hear about a lot of the good, but that's what's going to last in the Aquarian age, and the other parts of our mind are going to be able to access that, and we'll have sparks of mind through those healings. So this is a very important piece for people who want to heal and grow into soulmate energy. and into that Aquarian age. And as we are birthing it, we're here to birth that. This time is pivotal on the planet into birthing that Aquarian age. That we're preceding that. They say it takes about 200 years, and we've been in it for about 100 years. We have another 100 years to go just to birth it, just to like bring it in. And so, let alone work with the Aquarian energy, like what that's going to be amazing. A lot of detachment from old, attachments within romance and within love. I don't know why I'm going on. I'm going to stop talking now. So the sorcerer here, the water, we're dealing with Virgo. So with this, I do feel there's past life connections as a sorcerer. There's a million cards in these decks that don't have to do with sorcery or any of these things. And the cards that are coming out all have to do mainly with past life Atlantean energy. So this is what I'm seeing, that you have been a sorcerer here in past life Virgo. You have mastered many things. You've worked within the element of water. This alchemical element of water is one of the strongest elements. It breaks down all the hard things, including rocks. Think about it. Rocks will break down even through water, even though water's soft and supple. The amount of it, the measures. So that's what I'm sensing here that you have been working with. So your flow right now may feel very good with soulmate energy. Let's go in a little bit deeper here, Virgo, to see what the fragments are that you need to retrieve within your soul. Archangel Raphael. So this is a healing time for you. You work with the healing angels. So the sorcery you've worked with water, and you may be a healer now in this life. The element of water is one of the strongest elements that you could be working with. So water, bathing. With so many cards that popped out here, I feel like that's way too many cards. The elements of healing are what you're working with there. Queen of Scrolls, that's the one. So you do have angelic energies that are opening up your Akashic records at this time, and I feel through meditation, you will be able to retrieve those pieces and working, and I feel like calling on Archangel Raphael to work with what it is, to remember what kind of sorcerer you were, what energies did you do, what did you work with, you may have remembrance now of your Akashic records where you're like, I've had a past life with this person. I know what I've done with this person before. I know what I've done to them, and I know what I've done with them, and I have a second chance to be able to fix things. And so each individual person in your life that you're meeting, I feel like you're fixing things from past karmic energies. And the path, I want to see the path that you're taking here on the earth plane. That will help you. What are the energies that will help you retrieve those soul pieces? What's the path here on this earth? Things that you need to do. Magic prayer. Really? So meditative energy coming in. And we have into the unknown. So I feel like maybe spiritual energies here, Virgo, may not be so prominent in your life, maybe some of you. So as you have these two energies come in, when you're meditating and you have prayer, you don't know the result of what it is that your prayer is working with. So I feel past life, you may have worked as a sorcerer, praying for other people, not even knowing maybe some of the people personally. I may feel like you worked as a high priest or priestesses, and when you're praying for other people, I feel like you've done this in the past. You may even be doing this in this. You may wish people well all the time. You have a very positive outlook, I'm sensing, and it's because you've had this where you've wished well, you've prayed for people repetitively. I feel like lives as a monk, that's what's coming to me. And you've prayed consistently through your whole life for other people. Now is your time to take this energy and use that water energy for yourself. Now is the time to nurture yourself through water. I'm sensing that very strongly here. And so it's not even so much to do with other people here, Virgo, of what you need to bring in from your soul, but it is, but because you've done service, so much service to other people, it's time to pull in your soul's energy and nurture yourself and concentrate on the soulmate energy, that the romance angels want you to have this gift. Because I feel like you've worked through many things, but you do need healing from those. When you're healing other people, sometimes a healer, physician heal thyself, right? So here it is. You're a healer and you're getting pieces of your energy. Sometimes in different lifetimes, when a healer hasn't learned to flow the energy completely through the energy of water and not accumulate anything from that person that they're healing, but allow spirit to move through them, then they're truly allowing spirit to do the healing. But sometimes when you're first working with healing, you don't grasp the concept that you're using your own energy, and that's the piece that can fragment your soul. So you're giving your piece of your soul to somebody, whether it's in relationships, which I'm sensing, but mainly within healing work. So maybe some of your relationships have been that, but mainly through healing others. So the romance angels want to talk about, look at this. Oh my God. Release your ex, past life relationships, and trust. Oh, wow. You know, I wasn't even sensing so much that you're about relationships now, but this is obviously a piece you must release. You may be hung up on a past relationship. So it's time to release this. I feel like that was a soulmate energy in the past life, not anymore. And that contract is over. Trust that you need to release this and that you're moving into forward moving connections with soulmates. So that's how you retain the fragments of your soul there, Virgo. So we're going to move into the energy of Scorpio right now. And I'm going to give this a little bit more shuffle because we've been getting some repetitive cards. And I'm shuffling. Okay, just keep coming out. Look at, again, the Witness. Okay, I'm going to put that back because I don't want a repetitive card. We're going to see, Scorpio, what's going on here. Oh, oh, you know what? I missed Libra. So we're going to go into Libra. Excuse me, Scorpio. We're flipping back to Libra here. That's maybe why they came out like that. Interesting. Okay, that's just a little weird. The sun just came out again. Same as, I can't remember. I think it might have been Leo. I'm not sure. Or Cancer. Can't remember. Maybe you might want to watch that. So we have the Arcadian Cross. New card for Libra. So, Time Masters and the Andean Cross. I'm feeling like this energy here is about looking, I feel like you're really inspecting what's happening in your soulmate energy right now, Libra, and you're really wanting to, I feel like you may have a sense of guilt about some things, and you're releasing that energy. So part of your soul retrieval is releasing that guilt. And you have the Time Master. So I feel like there's been, honestly, one of those situations right now, Libra, where some of those past soulmate pains, time has been the only thing that can heal this. Not another person, not anything, not as spiritual as you are, not as much as you meditate, not as much as you do yoga, not as much as anything. Nothing seems to be helping at this time. So what I'm sensing is time is the only thing that has going to heal some of these guilty energies that you're feeling. I feel like you have over lives, past lives. I feel like, you know, we've been on the good side and bad side of things through past lives. So I feel like some of the soul pieces that are coming through right now, which you're seeing psychically through the Time Masters, is where you have contributed to some of the dysfunctions within relationships in this lifetime. And now we're going to pull out in past lifetimes why that's coming out in your life right now. Interaction in industry has come out. So intricacies of time. You may have, you know, what I'm sensing here in some lives here, Libra, you may have been the control of somebody else's time. And hang on a minute, a bunch of cards just fell out. And I feel like you're going to two worlds. Interesting. Master artist in intricacies and industry. So what I'm sensing here is there's been past life that you may have controlled somebody's time. You may have also, they also may have controlled your time and I feel like you've been trapped in a situation where there's a lot of loneliness. That's what I'm sensing here. And this time around, you still, even in this life, I feel here that you have been trapped with some loneliness. And through that, there has been some artist energy come out, and you may feel very artistic right now. So through doing artwork, you may feel this is an energy of moving through work. I feel like it's hitting a few places: work, romance, and money. So time has shown you what you don't want right now and what you're no longer willing to accept. And where that time has been stolen from you in the past lives, you are now retrieving it back through artwork, and the time master is changing the energy of this old pattern. I feel, listen, you know, a lot of people have talked and predicted about a lot of things, but this is a time, and some of us who have worked with this energy for a long time have not pulled out our energy because we've known that there's specific times to work with. And this is something that I'm telling you that we are bringing out now for working through very difficult soulmate energies. So I feel like this past life, you may feel guilt, or this person in a past life may have tried to put you in the same cycle as the past energy. And you are pulling yourself out of that now, Libra, and you're applying it in healthy ways. So we have the sacred pool for your life. We have unexpected visitors. So when I see this, the first thing I picked up with the unexpected visitors, I picked up that this is actually visits from the other side. You may, Libra, have lost people recently and they have not talked to you. You may have visits from the other side, and they, I'm feeling, are partners. So some of you may have lost partners, and I'm very sorry for your loss. But at this particular time, I want to deal with the fact that they want to come forth and talk to you about what their relationship was for you. You will be getting messages from them, and they're going to clean up your sacred gene pool. I'm seeing it. They're working from the other side. They no longer want, they're seeing where they went wrong and how they trapped you, and they want to heal this energy. And there's much forgiveness that you're going to feel in your heart through these dreams. I'm telling you, you're going to feel it, and you're going to move forward past those lonely feelings through your dreams. Excuse me. Through your, I'm just coming over a cold here, so excuse me if I'm coughing and sneezing. So rude. The unexpected visits, you may have like dreams about the lost loved one, and the energy of the romance angels are saying to love yourself first. So you may be getting very intricate feelings of, why did I go down that path? Why did I do that with you? And this person may be communicating with you in dreams, but they're also communicating with you when you're talking like this. So you don't see that, but they're seeing it. They're there with you. They're going to come and visit you. If you keep talking like that, they're going to come and visit you in your dreams. And they're telling you to love yourself first. You've given too much of yourself in the past here, is what I'm sensing. That's what I'm sensing strongly here. Libra. You've given too much of yourself. And the time the time master is telling me now is the energy of when the balance is coming in, because we're in between the veil time, and as this sacred pool gets cleaned up, they're shifting and moving energies within time, within your life now, and from past time, because on the astral plane there's no time. So that's working with this plane in particular and pulling all those past life experiences into this life so that you can have love for yourself, because you have not been doing that. I'm going to tell you, you have not loved yourself first. You have put everything and everybody else first, I'm sensing, and these visits are going to see through, you're going to see through your guilt, where you're blaming yourself for something that is not warranted, and it just may be a grieving process, you know, that you're going through right now, was what I'm sensing here, Libra. So you take that as it resonates, whether you've had someone pass or not, could be, but it could be even in this life, but I'm sensing more people, Libra, for people who have passed. So we're going to move into the energy of Scorpio. Sorry, I jumped ahead there a little earlier and got you all excited. False start, Scorpio. Okay. So let's see what the past energies of your soul, the circle, and completion. So you are going through energies of completion right now. When I see this particular energy of the snake eating its own tail, you know, through that cycle is what I'm saying. I'm sensing a very strong death cycle. You've completed some, you may be really sort of happy that you have completed a soulmate cycle right now. I feel like some of you have just gone through a breakup. So let's go in the Akashic records to find out what association you have with all of this. Circle. What is the circle? The new beginnings and endings where your soul fragments need to come in. Winged messengers. I feel like I've read that this morning for Scorpio, to tell the truth. So you may want to listen to that message about the winged fated meeting. And underneath it was the muse. I'm going to take it. Winged messengers, fated meeting, and the muse. So I feel here, Scorpio, that you may be reconnecting with a person that you have been with before in this life and in past lives. So I feel like you're going to reconnect with them, and they're when you were with them before, there was lots of birds around. You noticed the birds. You noticed, why? Look at all the birds. Look at all the birds. Look at that. And I feel like one of you is very spiritual and the other one is not so spiritual. And so the one's recognizing the birds is not the spiritual one. The other one's recognizing, just kind of going, that bird means this and this bird means that. And so I'm sensing that very strongly. So these are the signs that are coming in for you of working with the ending of old cycles. So you may be in those moments when I feel like you've been with this person in the past, in this life, and as these birds are around, you maybe have contemplations about going back to somebody else, and you did not honor the relationship as it needed to be, or they didn't honor you. One of the two here, Scorpio. So take it as it resonates. Sometimes the energy mirrors. So if I'm talking about the other person, it could be you, or vice versa. So in these general readings, that's just kind of the way it works. So to get a more personal reading, you have to obviously have an individual reading. So with this general reading, I feel like you have the person that you were with before was a fated meeting. You were intended to meet them, and they were a muse in your life. They gave you energy, Scorpio, and I feel like, I don't know why I'm saying that, because I feel like you're the one giving them, but maybe vice versa too. So there could be two groups here that I'm reading for. So the ones here, I'm just going to go in a little deeper first before I say anything, because I want to make sure what the path is here. because I'm getting a whole bunch of different messages here for Scorpio. So fated meeting. You feel when you met this person in the past that you were supposed to. They did a lot of good for you in that relationship. Metamorphosis is coming out. So I feel like you possibly could be running into the person again and have another fated meeting. And don't go looking for it, but I feel like it's just going to happen. It's just going to happen. You're going to meet the person that you were supposed to be with. I feel like the other person walked away from you, and that you knew that they should have been in a relationship with you in order to progress into the soulmate connection contract that you have. And because they didn't do it, Scorpio, you're left hanging going, what's going on? You're like, they left you. So there's been some winged messages within the relationship and outside of the relationship. Yeah. Into the unknown. Like, why are we getting all these same cards? So weird. Metamorphosis and unknown. So I'm feeling maybe that the Aquarian energy, we really don't know what that actually looks like. So what we know that there's transformation coming, but where our soul fragments are, there may be pieces that are unknown yet, that we are not able to retrieve until we go into the future, obviously. So where that future is, we're not allowed to peek in yet, because we don't know what our intentions are with the relationship that we have now. So depending on what transformation is going on within this relationship right now, Scorpio, this is where it's going to form that unknown. So I'm feeling, have an opportunity here. I'm getting like really, like, it's cold where I am, and I'm like really physically getting hot. So you may feel like a lot of warmth within this relationship. You may feel very strong passion, and it's very transformational comparatively to what you've had in the past. I feel like you have found this match, and you're going into a cycle of unknown energy. You've not had this passion. You feel like you've known a lot of passion, but what you're going to receive is much greater. Okay? So also, I think there's some future relationships within this lifetime that you may be dealing with memories of pulling in pieces of your soul that you don't know are even missing yet. You're going to still go through some cycles of the circle of life. I'm going to see what the romance angels are going to work with you with. Make the effort and playfulness. So now is the time that the soulmate healing pieces, when you're doing playful things, having playful energy, when you are making an effort to go and do that, not just wallowing in self-pity. I feel some of you Scorpios, hey, listen, I'm part of Scorpio in there too. It's in my chart pretty prominently. So you know, you can do that, but I feel like you're not going to do it for long. You're going to be like, no, I'm going out there, I'm going to do this. And that's where you don't know where things are going to come in, and you're going to feel that peace come in, and that piece of your soul that you gave away, you're going to call back. That's what I'm sensing. You're going to call it back then through those moments of playfulness. Okay. So now we're going to move on to Sagittarians. Okay, Sagittarian. What are, oh, wrong one here. Wrong deck. What energies of the soul do you need to work with into retrieving from past lives? We have many paths as the first card, of course, Sagittarian. Teacher of the great wisdom. That's what the Sagittarian represents. For the most part, sweat lodge and many paths. You know, sweat lodge came up, can't remember who it was for, might have been Taurus. So you may want to look at Taurus's reading as well here. You're welcome for joining me. Thank you for joining me. Sorry, I don't know, that was weird. Random talking to people and doing the middle of reading. You're very welcome for the reading. Now I'll go back to the reading. Many paths and sweat lodge. So Sagittarians, I'm seeing here that you may have some mystical experiences through meditation, through healing ceremony, and I'm just going to go pull out the Akashic record to find out what these many paths are. I feel like you have had many, many lives here, Sagittarian. You don't get to be the teacher and the wisdom, that have that wisdom to teach, and under the sign of Sagittarian, unless you've had many past lives. And that's as simple as it is. So you, the Buddha prepares. So I feel, look, okay, birth, look at that. That's a very interesting. Okay, so we have intricacies and industry. We have the Buddhic prepare, and we have birth. So you must be birthing a cycle within finances, I'm sensing, and I am feeling the mind is going to the higher realms within the spiritual energy. So all the paths that you have taken in the past that have pieces of your soul, a sweat lodge obviously is going to be very healing. I'm feeling anything kind of spiritual get together. It doesn't have to be a sweat lodge, but obviously in a sweat lodge, if that's where you're around, I'm sensing that is very important if you're able to do that, or any other ceremony within your community that is of spiritual nature that you feel attracted to, whether it's going to church, whether it's going to a yoga session, whatever it is that you want. Those are areas where you're going to find the pieces of your soul connect in. You may even connect in with other people on a spiritual level in maybe some spiritual groups where you will have remembrances of, oh, this is very familiar. Oh, I get along really well with this person. Oh, well, we work well together. So you maybe have contracts with these new people that you're around that are bringing in forms of the past that you've worked on with them in the past. So it's a continuation of working on what you've worked on in the past. And so these healing rites are bringing in very high levels of communication through your work. So these spiritual energies are going to start communicating through your work. That's what I'm sensing here. It's the time to birth that. Strongly sensing that. So let's see what this has to do with our romance and fragmenting. Oh, not romance. I'm ahead of myself. The pathway that works with, I'm like, wait a minute. Pathway that works with what you need to work with. Following the leader. As a leader, you're following a leader. Let's see. A spiritual leader. Protecting treasure. Ooh, that's very interesting. So, are some of you Sagittarians following another leader? Are you looking for someone to teach you something that you may feel you don't know? I'm going to tell you that through meditation, through paths, through the Buddha prepares, that you are to be meditating, to be contemplating your past life connections, all the different paths that you have connected in with, you're going to remember through meditation. When you ask, how is my life, how is my work connected, and how do I retrieve my soul pieces from my past life work? You ask that question in meditation and you sit quietly with that, your Buddhic mind will elevate all of these past lives into what you're working with now, into this physical realm. Be careful of who you're following. You don't want to follow somebody, I feel. You are not a teacher. You're not a teacher in this life. You're not a master in this life of the things that you know by having no experience. You have experience. You have many lives of it. You need to learn the confidence within the self, and that comes with the meditation and being with what you are. I'm sensing strongly that. Protect your finances at this time and your ideas. You don't, I don't feel you need to, I feel like now you need to gather in. When you share your ideas too much, Sagittarian, your Buddhic piece, you're giving pieces away of your soul. That's what I'm seeing strongly, you're giving pieces away of your soul. When you do that, it does affect your romantic energy. So, where you need to express is within your relationships. So your emotional energy is to be harnessed, not put in through finances. You're to meditate things. Sorry, we've lost some connection. Now we're back. I feel like you are should be expressing your love to the correct measure in your your romantic relationships, not your finances. Keep your finances out of other people's things, and I feel like those are the energies of where you need to express is within your finances, and you'll be able to work out those situations of where you need to apply your energies and pull in your old soul, where you've given too much of your pieces of your life away. So Capricorn, let's go into Capricorns. It's pretty late, so I'm feeling alone in the room right now. I don't know if I am, but if I am, this is for the future people. You know, I'm feeling Capricorn here, like with this retrieval of the soulmate energy, of the soul pieces that you've given away in soulmate connections. I'm sensing that, Capricorn, you are really contemplating these things as of late. You're like, I'm just burnt out. I need to get me back. So to get you back, let's go into where your soul has been fragmented in the past. Wow. So we have Holy Mountain and we have Drum. So I'm sensing a connection here with Mother Gaia. So the drum also, you know, is the earth beat of the soul. So Mother Gaia is asking you to meditate into the energy of the Holy Mountain. So you may have had working as high levels of spirituality within past lives is what I'm picking up. You may have been working, you may have worked with astrology also on a high level. I'm sensing some of you people here, Capricorns, this is the energy that's coming in for me. You watch the cycles of the earth. You actually studied animals as well in a past life, and astrology and the connection between the two. And you know, okay, this is really strange. I was going to talk about initiate with you guys. I feel like some of you are initiates. I'm not sure if you guys all know what that means, but I feel like some of you are on the initiatory path and you are working with Saint Germain. So Saint Germain is coming in for healing, and this is so lovely. I just love the energy of this. I got to tell you, you've worked on the Holy Mountain with Saint Germain. You cannot get much more synchronicity within that energy. So you are working with some great healing energy. You are able to move between worlds. I'm going to pull out some more energy on the Akashic zone of what you're going to be working with here. The journey popped out. So this particular journey, where you have fragmented yourself in the past and working with healing, I feel working with Saint Germain also, this is another energy of that, same as the other, I can't remember even now which one it was I said, but you guys can remember more. I'm gonna just concentrate on this. So I feel like some of you have maybe worked around, like in different lives, what's coming prominently is like Spanish, I feel like fleets and you may have worked on the ships or on the land around ships in those areas, some of you, and in this particular lifetime there was the healing that you worked with, the spiritual energy that you were working with. I feel like you were working with poor people and you were bringing energy to poor people and healing to them. I'm going to go into the pathway here of how this is affecting your life and how to pull the fragments out of where you maybe put too much energy in the past. So solitude has popped out very strongly here. And magic stream. So I feel here also Atlantean connectivity. I'm sensing that your journey with the Saint Germain is still continuing from Atlantean times, and in order to continue here at this time, Capricorn, to bring the fragments back to your soul, you have to work. I feel like part of your work is healing on this path. And so when you work in the healing path, as you heal other people, those fragments of your soul are going to float back in. And I feel like whatever you're healing on them, you have maybe inflicted on them karmically in a past life. That's very interesting. And so but your guides are telling me that each time you heal a person, there's an energy there that will fragment, that you've defragmented their soul and yours, and you're healing them and you at the same time. That's very interesting. So let's go with the romance angels. Oh, that's beautiful, of Saint Germain's energy there, Capricorn, coming into you. So the romance angels, calling in your soulmate. If you are not with your soulmate at this time, and I feel though some of you are, they may not recognize it. If you're with a person and you feel they're your soulmate, they may not recognize it. And that happens very often in the beginning of soulmate energy here, Capricorn. And so they may not recognize it right away, and you're recognizing it. So you call them in your energetic level, and as you heal all those pieces of your soul, as you're healing other people, those pieces of your soul are going to come in, and the defragmented parts, and come in and fragment into your, integrate into your energy, heal those scars, heal those wounds. And so there may be some scarring, but the soulmate hears the call. That's what I'm sensing. It's time. The angelic energies are telling you it's time to work with calling in your soulmate, including if you're within a relationship already. Very prominently, that's telling me. Okay. So we're going to go into Aquarius now. And if you guys know your moon and Venus signs, as well as your sun sign, then you'll be able to listen to the other applicable signs that are on your natal chart. So I'm going to be providing a natal chart, and they're in the other videos, but when I have a time later, when this is done, I'll timestamp this and put that natal chart in. You can calculate your information and use the additional information of the other signs that are applicable to your sign in this video. So let's go into Aquarius, taming the wind, the spiral, and taming the wind. So you may feel at this time that you know, have you ever seen those dirt devils, they're called? They're like they're little tornado wind tunnels on the country roads. Well, I'm sort of seeing that right now. I'm not exactly sure what that's all about, but I'm seeing that, other than they're just showing me what this looks like. So you may be having a lot of movement right now, and within that, it may be defragmenting you. So I'm sensing that the spiral that you are working with, this is also of the Fibonacci sequence. And so you're trying to burst something at this time. And I feel like it may be defragmenting you. And so let's find out in past lives what that is that you're working on right now, that you're trying to birth or create. You're taming that wild wind that's just gone crazy in the side of the road there. It's like the wake in your movement. As you move, the wind moves behind you, and all those spinning things are keeping you spinning, and they're defragmenting you. So on whatever you're trying to birth and concentrating, this is too many cards, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to reshuffle. So I'm going to just concentrate on what is the most pressing things that are going to help you fragment your energy from past lives. Let's go into the Akashic zone here. Aquarius, a little deeper level. Commitment. So you may be having to face a commitment of some kind, and you're a little bit afraid of it. So Queen of Scrolls. So I'm sensing that this is in your contract. You will definitely make the commitment. It is time for you to pull in those pieces where you have not been committed in the past, and to start making firm commitments. And so where you, in the past relationships where you've not been committal, or even in this relationship where you've not been committal, you are now pulling that in and saying, This is what I'm supposed to do. I see that my non-commitment has defragmented my energy and my whole soul. So I'm going to be working with that a little bit in my life right now. And then the patterns here, Aquarius, and we're going to see where it is that this is going to come in for you. Education. So you may be working with some spiritual, I feel like reading and listening to spiritual things into the unknown. Are you kidding me? This has come up like 4 times in this reading for different people. That's incredible. So some of the energy we're not supposed to know tonight, but education. So you may not know some things about certain things that you're dealing with right now, what you're trying to birth. Let's see what the romance angels want you to know, to work with. What are you to know? What are you to educate yourself about right now to bring pieces of your soul back together so that you can move through these lessons with joy and have greater energies? Release your ex. I was seeing like commitment issues, so you may not fully have released. I feel like most of you are in relationships, but if you're not, I feel like if you release your ex, you're going to get into a committed relationship. And if you're in a relationship, it's going to the next level of commitment. And because you release your ex. So please, when you do, that's when your fragments of your soul are going to come back to you, that you're not scattered. Your energy is not scattered and put in different pieces and places on the universe. So you're calling in that all right in right now. So we're going to move into the energy of Pisces. And let's see, Pisces here, what the fragments of your soul are working with and how to call them back in. What is it that you're fragmented? Where are you defragmented from past lives? For Pisces. Woo! Almost the whole darn deck wants to come out there. Okay. We have Middle World and Beauty Way. Interesting. So I'm sensing the Atlantean energy come in here at past Atlantean past lives. I feel you may have worked with the Egyptian energy. So Egyptians had much ceremonial form in their beauty regimes, and their beauty regimes had the energy, like with Pisces, you're working with, I see like different lives with working with beauty regimes and taking care of the self, and male or female, so, you know, working out, taking care, eating healthy, all those things you have mastered, but somehow this has defragmented your soul in some fashion here, Pisces. So let's go in to see where this has defragmented you. Maybe the attachment to beauty, I'm sensing a little bit. I feel like attachment to past magics within the Atlantean Oracle of Delhi. So you may have very psychic connection. You may be using your, Pisces. Okay, I see. So through the Atlantean age, you may have been extremely manipulated with beauty, with energy that you're holding, and you may have manipulated other people, or other people, I feel like you manipulate, because if your soul is defragmented, it's you doing it to somebody else. So you're giving a piece away in that time. When you use the energy of your psychic ability against another person for them to do your will, and that's what black magic is, by the way, forcing someone by your thoughts to do against somebody what you want them to do, not what they want to do, and collaboration. I feel like it's a domineering thing. And so you may have had past lives here where you have done this, and now many of your relationships feel like a chess game. And those are people that you have done this to in the past, and I feel like there's cycles of this coming from the middle world. So let's go a little bit further on this, Pisces. You beautiful Pisces. Cards flying everywhere. Okay, so storm fields, movement, and unexpected visitors. So I do feel that you may be dealing with past relationships, feeling this sort of chess game, always having to make a move, always like, what am I going to do? I got to think about this and think about that. This is past life energy. This is, you have to connect in psychically and to understand that this is past life dominance of relationships, whether you're doing this to somebody or somebody else is doing this to you. So take it as that resonates there, Pisces. And I'm seeing that you're moving out of this now. This is the time. You're no longer going to be stuck in that. You are dealing with, I feel like, you know, this isn't in this world, this unexpected business. This is from past, this is from the other realms. Your ancestors are helping you work through this on a deep level. That's what I'm sensing. And I feel like there's guidance, there's like protection from angelic energies. But you're going through some stormy fields right now, Pisces. That's what I'm sensing. And you feel like you have to have this game, this chess game. So I really feel like you need to cut that energy off of old relationships. I'm also sensing a sense here of spying. So people that are, you know, in a past relationship with you, Pisces, I feel like are spying on you for a great deal. These people have had obsessive relationships with you in the past, and not in this life, but I'm talking about past lives too. So even though they didn't work out in this life, that was a past life connection. I'm feeling many of your relationships are that, and there's a cycle of this, and you feel it psychically. You want the way of beauty. You know the true way. You know the true magic of beauty. And so you're coming to, when you have used those in dominance on other people, you're pulling in that fragment, and you're no longer doing that within this lifetime. Because, okay, think about this, Pisces, the whole Piscean age was about learning love, right? About love. So Pisces, I'm going to tell you something. This energy right now is definitely coming forward for you to pull those fragments in, to work with beauty in the correct measure, not use it love as a chess game or anything of that nature. I do feel ancestral energy coming in. You may get dreams and visits from your ancestors. You may feel them come in. And, you know, I'm not sensing a whole lot of romance angels in there, so I'm going to pull the romance angels down, and I want them to work with you a little bit easier with this. I feel like some of the ancestors that are coming down haven't had much experience with this, but they're encouraging you, getting to know one another. So I feel like, Pisces, those of you who are beginning new relationships, you're really getting to know each other in a deep way, and I'm seeing that you're seeing through some of the beauty, the mask of beauty. You're seeing the true self come through. Your ancestor energies, your ancestors are telling you right now to see through the masks. The masks of beauty. See the true person. Is this the person you want to spend the rest of your life with? This soulmate, I feel, is not going to be with you for the rest of your life. This next coming one, it is a short-lived thing, but I feel energy of you making an effort in heart-to-heart conversations. So I feel like here there may be some of you who are separating and through these heart-to-heart conversations, and because you're really getting to know that you're not on the same plane energetically, spiritually. And I'm feeling like, Pisces, spiritually, this is something that you really, really want to work towards. You want a spiritual connection, and you're feeling a little bit defragmented because you don't have that. And so you're searching for that energy. It doesn't have to be a chess game. And, you know, that's what I'm sensing. It does not have to be that. You can work through that. You can use your psychic ability to work through that, yes. But don't defragment your energy and waste your energy on that. That's what I'm sensing. Cut old energies off. Complete old cycles, okay? So now I'm going to pull out this Psychic Tarot, the John Holiday deck, and I would like to pull out energies from the Love Angels for guidance. Some cards are flying all over the room here, let alone just off out of the deck. Deception and envy is the one card. So as a collective, we're dealing with deception and envy. So I was sensing that through some of the things. This is something that we need to all concentrate on. If we are feeling those feelings that defragments our soul, we must not allow that defragmenting energy to overtake of deception. We must not be feeling constantly envious or feel that someone is deceiving us, or we must not be doing that to someone else. We don't make other people envious, and we don't use deception, obviously, for those things. Now, no one's perfect here in our thoughts, but I am sensing that those are the areas where defragmentation is actually happening on the greatest scale within the people within these readings. So either someone's deceiving you, and you're allowing it, or they're envious of you and you have not cut that energy out. And so therein lays your solution to heal that specific energy and to pick that out. Cut off energies that are doing that to you, and cut off energies that you're doing that to other people, so you can call that peace in and feel whole. Like when we're dealing with all of that energy, I'm feeling like, oh, my eyes are suddenly like stinging, and I got heartache and loss here. And so let me just gather myself a second here. So as I'm feeling these pieces of your soul come back in through this heartache and loss, I feel like there's been much deception, people who are envious around us, and or we may have had those thoughts ourselves. Heartache and loss. We may be pulling in pieces of our soul that have felt heartache and loss. Well, we absolutely are. What other things that we need to concentrate on here? I'm going to pull one more card here for us to concentrate on what we need to heal. Recognition and reward. So I am going to hold these up because I'm sensing that this is important for all of us. And recognize when you need to have rejuvenation, and recognize, accept the understanding of being rewarded. That's what I'm sensing. A lot of people are not being, they're grateful, but they don't like other people complimenting them. So, when someone gives you a compliment, they're loaning you their energy and encouraging you and wanting you to do better and to do good. And they're really appreciating everything you're doing for them. And so I'm sensing that also is a key for our souls to not feel defragmented, and within the soulmate energies to really show appreciation. And I feel like there's rewards coming for people who are doing this. And also people are recognizing your suffering at this time as well. The romance angels are, I feel, sending energies of people coming in to heal these particular three things. Deception, envy, and heartache and loss. So I feel like the rewards of this are coming in now. Loving yourself is important, and it is safe for you to love. Look at the order that these are coming out in. That's pretty phenomenal when you think about it. Right? That's pretty phenomenal. Through your heartache and loss, you've learned it's safe to love. You're going to pull that back in. Through deception and envy, loving yourself, you're no longer going to deceive yourself and tell yourself things are good when they're not good. You're no longer going to tell people they're good when they're not good. You're going to be truthful with yourself and with other people on all levels. And that's the part that I feel the fragment is coming in back into you. You are, look at this. This is just incredible with the 2 different decks. So very soon you have rewards for all your hard work. I love that conclusion. Thank you very much for joining me, and we'll be coming again live on Wednesday at 8 p.m. for the Dream Divining Hour. I hope you join us, and thank you so much for joining the Divining Hour. If you did like this video, please like it and share it, and join me on YouTube as well. All those different channels that we work through social media with will be listed in the description. And I just want to say thank you very much for joining me, because without your energies, I cannot be doing this, and it is greatly appreciated for me to get this out for people who are in great need and cannot really afford a reading, because readings are expensive, you know, and this is a way to get that out there and support. Some people, if you wish to donate, that's great. If you wish to have a personal reading, that's great as well. All of those ways. But one way to show support without money is to like the video and to share it. So that's really appreciative, and if you can do that. And I thank you so much for joining me and gathering together around all these beautiful tarot cards and the romance angels. So I'm going to say goodnight for now, and we'll talk to you again. Bye.